morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We're not afternoon yet, so I can still say that.
We can. It is Monday morning. We are live on SPtv to brighten your
Yes,
day.
absolutely, with SPtv.
Hey,
Nick,
good
how the
morning.
devil are you, darling?
I'm great, Dawn. How are you?
I'm very well. I'm very well.
Good, good,
I've
good.
got new premises for the day.
Yes, yes. I know that there will be many who miss the wonderful waterfall behind you, but we do have a new view. It's wonderful to see you, and it's wonderful to see you flanked by the angels, of course.
Oh, thank you, my darling.
An
And
angel
we
on
we
your shoulder.
also we've got the angel on my shoulder, and we've also got my two favourite ladies in the background there,
Oh yes,
the sisters, the Fox sisters.
absolutely.
I have them.
Uh, so, my
Oh,
lovely, what have you been up to?
the usual private reading services, and all the usual bump that we spiritualists
Absolutely.
do, that we do all the time. And the kids are on holiday.
Exactly. It is of course half term, or is it full time or half term?
Half term.
Oh well, at least it's short then.
Well, it's all right for me. I can go to work. My poor mum's got a babysit them. So,
Ah,
so shout out to the most, I'm biased, but the most amazing mum and nan this side of the universe.
absolutely, absolutely. And
What have you been up to, my friend?
my spiritual mother-in-law too.
Yes,
Uh,
your spiritual mother-in-law.
and me, I've been rather busy, and in actual fact, this week is going to be mental. Started my week off on a Sunday. Shout out to all those that start on a Sunday rather than a Monday. At least then you get rid of the Monday feeling. Um,
We
so I
don't
did
have Monday feeling because we're here to brighten your day.
exactly as I sent to the circle. We've got these chat app things going. We've got groups starting now for all of the different circles that
Yeah.
I'm with, and I shouted out a Monday positive vibe to them. But so I had my workshop yesterday. I'm in March in Cambridgeshire, not March the month, but March the town tonight. Prick Willow tomorrow. Yes, it really is the name of a village. And
Okay.
it was on an entertainment show, a quiz show once. Guess which village isn't a real name, and nobody thought that it was a real name. So I'm there tomorrow, and then I'm in Bourne in Lincolnshire on
Ooh,
Wednesday.
fabulous.
So I'm out and about.
You're out
Spread
and
the
about,
love
visiting
of
people.
brighten your day.
Wonderful. That's what we like to hear. Well, we need to spread love because today is the day before Valentine's Day. Happy
Absolutely.
Valentine's Day.
It is definitely the pre-Purple Heart Day, if ever I
It is.
saw one.
It is. We need
And
to say a million purple hearts a day, people. Please.
absolutely, we have got so many Purple Hearts to get through, I am sure. And of course, Saint Valentine's Day is a day all about love.
Absolutely.
And both Dawn and myself, and of course Richard in the background,
Mm-hmm.
we are the love doctors. But with every doctor,
If that didn't scare
that
you,
sounded
nothing
way
will.
too scary. but
That
of,
was sinister.
but of
That was
course,
sinister.
every love doctor needs a love surgeon, and our love surgeon today coming on the show
Oh, that is too
is,
much.
I know.
Please
I'm
feel
usually
free. I normally say like
queen of the links, but
subscribe, but feel free to do the opposite today after he said all
yeah.
that.
But of course, the love surgeon will be with us a little bit later on. The wonderful Bib Charles, whose
Amazing.
hair is stunning today.
Her hair looks like a
As is,
rainbow.
I know, and I love
Rainbow
the
of
rainbow.
love.
Love the rainbow.
Should we
Um,
say some hellos to some beautiful
that's
people
definitely
before we
so that
kick
I
off?
stop getting myself into even more trouble with the cheesy
See,
link.
I'm here for you. I'm here for
You
my
are.
spiritual
You
husbands.
really are.
Ah,
Who's here this morning? Let's say hello.
excuse me. Hello, oh, Marissa Serafino. Hello again. Hello, welcome back. Hello from Northern
Hello.
Carolina. Fantastic.
And Kelly Rockette, good morning to you too. Peace be with you too, my sister.
Oh. My second mum. Good morning. Lots of hearts. Hearts back to you. Sorry.
Morning, mother. Chrissy Wheatley. Hello, Nick, Dawn, and everyone. How are you? We are all well. I hope you are well too.
Lots of hearts back to you. Look, it's magic. Look, watch. That's my heart.
It beateth.
Oh dear. Here we go. Jill Reynolds. Morning from Birmingham. Morning from
Birmingham. Good morning.
That was terrible.
Almost as good as my Love Doctor impression. Yes. Christine Davis. Good morning, Nick, Dawn, and Richard. Good morning to Christine.
Lovely. Shelley Stewart. Good morning, Rich, Nick, and I can't see the next bit because it got off my screen.
And Dawn.
And me, yay! Lots of cute little emojis. Thank you very much.
Not half term where Shelley is this week. It's next week.
Shelley.
And Rebecca Whelan has her birthday on Valentine's Day.
How cool is that? Happy birthday. So you can put all your birthday cards up on the window and make it look like you've had loads and loads of Valentine's Day presents. Well done,
Love it.
Teal Lightfoot. It's got off my screen, but I'm presuming you've said good morning. So Teal Lightfoot.
Absolutely.
Good morning. I said good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Eve Wolf. Hi from Australia. First time on here. Welcome to the show. There will be messages throughout the entire show.
Yes, there will be. Absolutely. And there's also a competition about that. We'll talk about that in a minute. Kerry Farmer, good morning. Oh, love the doves. Love the doves.
Joanne Lewis. Hi, Nick and Dawn. Hi, Joanne. Good to
see you. Joanne, darling. If you've got a little shout out to Joanne Lewis, get on the page. She sorts everything out. She's the editor. She works so hard collating all your little writings and stuff for the magazine. So get in there. Get your message in there. Give us some love.
Absolutely.
Kerry Thorley, morning lovelies, hope yours are well. Hope yours as well.
Yay. And Hazel Barrett, good morning, other mother.
Morning, Mum. Love you. She's looking after the boys downstairs. John Bennett, hi. How are you, Johnny? As we said, there's messages throughout the show, so keep watching, dude.
Good morning to you.
Dude, don't just say dude. No, just say that. How old am I? What era is this? Keep watching, dude.
Can I? When you say can I say that, we already have, which is always a bit of a worry. D. Redmond, good morning from Coventry. Good morning, Coventry.
Good morning, Coventry. I think that's everyone. Oh, Chrissy Wheatley has given us. Now, it was yesterday our 4th birthday of SPtv. So a big shout out to Richard and a huge shout out to every single person who has served. We don't get paid for doing this. Served Richard's show SPtv since it began, and thank you for all your support from all of our SPT VIPs and everyone who watches throughout the whole world and supports our channel. Keep supporting, keep liking, sharing, and subscribing. Happy birthday, Richard. Happy birthday, everyone.
Happy birthday indeed.
There's going to be a little. Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
Competition time.
Competition time.
That side. I'll get it right one day.
Am I putting it the right way? I don't know. Other way. Yay! There you go. I'm just floating like. If I put up, I can put my finger up your nose.
Oh. Careful what angle you point that finger, darling.
Happy birthday! So there is going to be.
Really is a happy birthday to everyone at SPtv from me as well. It is a wonderful service. It's all free unless you want to be a VIP. I love that SPT VIP. Going to use
Oh,
that from
that's
now on,
good.
Dawn. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And
Thank you very
there
much.
is a competition. There is a competition.
Yes, there is.
We will come to. We're building up the suspense.
Drum roll, please. We have the beautiful, as just a reminder, we have the beautiful bib here.
Absolutely.
Charles. The little, we have our Kate May, don't we, Nick?
We
We've
do.
got
Kate May on the Tarotcast.
Tarot Scope, astrology.
That's it.
So that's always great. We always just sit here going. And today we have, because we've got Bib Charles, it'll be even more time doing that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And there are quite a few people that I know in the physical world, as well as the cyber world, who are absolute crystal fanatics. So I know they are going to enjoy that.
You can just see my crystal ball in the background.
Yes. And so the competition,
yes.
Free reading or join our course that we're running in March, is the prize, and the winner to be announced on the 26th of February. Just 20. Sorry.
20,
oh, it's 27th.
Oh, I thought 26th as
well. Sorry. The winner will be picked on the 26th.
Yes,
the winner will be announced
on the 27th.
I'll make a note of that to remind myself. So yes, picked on the 26th, announced on the 27th. And all you got to do is...
reply to that link. You can't reply anywhere else, but you have to reply to the specific link.
The birthday post, isn't it?
The birthday post. Yeah.
Reply to that post, you will be put in the waffle. And it really is great, the amount of competitions we get to announce and share and even be part of the prize if people want them to be.
Exactly.
It's lovely. Like that.
That's a cool idea. Richard has just said, and I really like this. I feel bad asking, but do you know what? If you don't ask, you don't get, right? If anybody who's watching out there has anything that they think that they could offer us as a little prize that we can give away, whether you do a psychic piece of art for someone, whether you've got like a crystal collection, you're getting rid of some crystals, anything, tarot cards, whatever you think you could donate to our show that we could give away as a prize, a competition prize.
Of course you would get good mention.
Absolutely you would. Absolutely would. Yeah. Talking of mention, Nick, my dear lovely boy, tonight, Wendy's show.
Tomorrow.
Sorry, my apologies. Tomorrow,
Wendy's show tomorrow, yes. The lovely Wendy Lindsay, yes.
Yeah, Wendy Lindsay.
Not on tomorrow, I'm afraid. But please do send Wendy and her family some healing. But you know what Wendy's like? Always trying to do something to help people as well. She's also... You can't keep a good chick down. And she's also running a workshop on pendulums on the 16th of this month. Not long now. 3 days away. 3 days away.
I know.
Which is, wonderful. Again, VIPs do get discounts.
So you still got time. Become a VIP now, and you can get your discount.
An SPtv VIP gets a discount on Wendy's pendulum course, and again, that's the 16th.
Absolutely.
But again, unfortunately, she will not be on her show tomorrow. The show will not be on, but do send your love and thoughts to all her and hers, as the saying goes.
Lots of healing out to her.
Absolutely. And of course, good morning, Christine Murray, who calls out good morning to everyone.
Oh, thank you, Christine. I always say Mariah's. Is it Murray?
I believe so. I think it's French.
All this time, I do apologise. My British pronunciation, Mariah's. Samantha Angela writes, Hannah will donate a piece of her amazing encaustic art. Thank you so much, Hannah.
Absolutely. Now,
Thank
Hannah,
you so much.
I have to say that Sam and Hannah are two of mine that I dragged kicking and screaming into the SPtv family.
Wonderful.
Not really. They just saw it and thought it was wonderful. Hannah does encaustic art as what we call Bully's special prize. And yeah. And if Sam and Hannah would like to come on and talk about their encaustic arts work
That would be awesome.
next week, we'll hook up and do some speakings. Hannah donates a piece of her encaustic art every week on a Thursday night as Bully's special prize at the end of our act. And there are a number of people in the congregation who fight like cat and dog to get it. It's like, it's mine, I'm having it, and some of them are
like when you throw the bouquet at the end of the wedding.
Know.
Like, James Wheatley says, I really feel disappointed, Nick. I thought that I'd see you wearing the Sam Smith suit on this live.
Thank you, James. Thank you, James. Yes, there was a conversation. I don't think it would be entirely appropriate to convert to the Independent Spiritualists Alliance uniform. But you never know. It might be something I'll wear on a Friday night with the other dog collar.
Oh, well, you know. Oh, Lord. I've just realised what you said. Moving on, people. I brought a new crystal ball yesterday. This is James Wheatley Bradford. The bigger the... I didn't get the rest of that. And then we're going to move on.
The better and brighter the future.
Oh, fair enough. The closer to God. Okay. So, moving on, people. Shall we bring in our fabulous Bib?
Absolutely, yes. I have never physically met Bib. I've never even cyberspace met Bib before today, but already I'm excited.
She's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can tell that she's amazing because I've seen her many times, worked with her, and she's awesome.
Absolutely. So drum roll, please, and give a big Brighten your day SP welcome to the lovely Bib Charles.
Yay!
Hello everybody. Hope you're well. Hello. Thank you for the amazing introduction.
Look, you remind me of Rainbow Bright.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Unicorn land.
Absolutely.
Oh,
they have good ice cream there.
Do they?
Okay.
In Unicorn.
Popping candy. What more can you want, eh?
Absolutely. So, Bib, welcome. How are you?
I'm very well, actually. Just aware of like all of the energies shifting in the universe, and just time seems to be speeding up. So I'm kind of thinking, oh, okay, we're now halfway through February, because obviously February is the short month. So I'm sort of thinking, right, March, once March hits, that's when you're, bam, thank you, you have to like, get on and do stuff, and you're like, Christmas isn't here anymore. But what better way to celebrate than what you said earlier is Valentine's Day tomorrow. So start to home in all of the loving energy going on. Hi, Kim, how are you?
Wonderful. So how are you going to be doing this today? You're going to be giving us actual sort of like readings based on bringing in love?
Wow.
Crystals, choosing crystals to bring in love. Is that what we're doing today?
So normally, like when I do readings and I do work with crystals, I am psychically intuitive. So I can bring in sort of mediumship and I can bring in guidance. Okay. So it's going to be different for every single person who I work with. I got to say, like, whilst I was obviously preparing to come through, I was yawning, which is oh God, that sounded really terrible, didn't it?
Appreciate it.
Most people who heard me talk yawn anyway, so I won't worry, it's nothing personal.
No, but that for me is a sure sign that spirit is actually coming in. Okay. So I was like, oh gosh, I'm really feeling this energy coming in now. So obviously been watching who's kind of popping on and things like that. And some I've got sort of more dense energy than others, and yeah, so it's kind of like I just basically just go in blind. And how I like to do my work is I like to play games and I like to do blind spots, hence why I play the games. So I normally just get a people to play a medley of games, like number games, things like that, and then I'll read through that, and then I can sort of make it more aimed towards like love.
Yes.
But obviously with Valentine's thing is a lot of people get down at this stage because they're not in a relationship, or they're blah, you know, in their minds about their current relationship, so they're like, no, get away from me type thing.
It brings up memories as well, doesn't it, of people who have, you know, loved ones who have passed and stuff, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So what I tend to focus on is more like the sort of loving energy that you behold within yourself, because we all have it within ourselves, but it's about getting it out there. So it's universal love. So for those of you who don't know what universal love is, that means, like, if you can't sort of think about yourself, because a lot of the time we've got ourselves kind of in the way, we can give over to everyone universally. So say like there's war, you know, we think, oh gosh, that's awful, but rather than putting our sort of negative thoughts, adding on to all of the negativity that's going around, we can actually be like, no, let's take a couple of minutes and just pump out the love and radiate out loving energy. Absolutely. And then I then use the crystals, because they are from the earth, so from our earth, and draw upon the energy from the crystals and what they represent. So normally when I pick a mix of crystal for someone, I start reading, and then I then look at the crystal, and it is actually the properties of the crystal, or where they've been sourced from the earth, will actually identify then with that person and what they needed to hear. And the reason why I do it blind is because a lot of people come into wanting readings and wanting a certain outcome. And unfortunately, as much as we hate to hear it, that outcome can be disempowering for us, or it might not be the outcome that we want. So therefore we then turn again away from the guidance, or we block the guidance that needs to come in. So this is why I do it the way I do it, is because actually I could say something which could go in, hit a spot in someone's mind or thought process, and then really sort of help them in the end, because they never ever saw that coming, or that information coming.
Wonderful. But yeah, I like that. That's fabulous.
Yeah, but also I read in the sense of that it can also, if you don't get a free reading, please don't be disheartened, because the information that is said can hit many different people.
Absolutely.
Advice given over.
Yeah, we say exactly the same thing, Nick, don't we? So that's perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have to say,
excuse me,
I don't know why it feels different. Maybe it's because I've got a different viewing screen. For everyone at home who has ever watched Bib work, and I have several times, to be fair, even though I've kept in the background and kept quiet, believe it or not, that does happen from time to time. Thank you, Richard, for coughing my eardrum out there. Thank you. I nearly said something, but then I realised I was live. Be careful. But I have to say that the absolute passion with which you work, Bib, shines through even more in this format than it does on the screen. It is just amazing. So
incredibly knowledgeable. She's like a
yes, absolutely. So if you have got questions, if you have got thoughts, please send them through so that we can discuss them with Bib, because you know I just that Monday morning passion is something that we love to bring through on Brighten Your Day.
Brighten Your Day.
We love to brighten people's day. So please, friends watching, ask your questions, chuck them forward, be it on YouTube, be it on Facebook, be it on the website, because we do broadcast live from the website too. And you know, give
yeah.
Bib the work, give Bib the work, so that the passion will flow. Literally, we're talking about passion in many different formats today.
Yeah.
So, you know, let's let that passion flow and continue.
Good. Yes. Oh, we should just keep into it. Sorry, we're not ignoring you. Oh, right. Richard has just said, Bib, is there one particular crystal that you believe would help, like, everybody?
Yes, so we have got the gorgeous.
That's the one.
So this is known as, see if I can get it in the camera.
You're there. Perfect.
Wonderful.
It is known as red hematoid.
Right.
Okay. So it's also known as like golden healer or like rose healer. So basically what this one does is it works all on like repairing like heart love, okay, but also it's very physical. So you bring it into the physical world, hold this with you, and it dissipates energy, basically just giving you that calm energy, but with a bit more of a kick up the bum, because there's different types of crystals. Some of them very calming and soothing, but this one kind of gets rid of the, you know, stuff in the background and the poo, you can't swear, but you know, and the residue, I like to call it, from that has been left over from when we were young. Okay, so we had a brief conversation earlier whilst we were sort of getting ready about how love comes from a sort of area in your life when you're sort of forming into a teenager.
Yeah.
And that's when we start to pick up bad sort of influences, negative things have happened, you know. From my research and my training, I know and have learned that things happen around roughly the first sort of thing that will happen to you, which will sort of dent you, will be age 5 to 6. And you will then take that into your mind and start living it into your future without realizing, because how can a child realize that that's what they're doing? And then it's not until they've then formed properly into their body and their being, and then through in like dialogue, which then goes into their internal dialogue. So I would say that this one clears that, but also sets a new kind of energy and vitality. So it brings in the vitality and energy, as well as clearing, but also that more sort of whack heart love, if that makes sense. Yeah, and that's red hematoid, and it's a really special crystal, that one is. So these are all tumbles. I've obviously got all of these in bigger forms as well.
Rough crystals as well. Beautiful. Yeah. Beautiful. We have, thank you for that, my lovely. We have a question. It's gone off my screen now, but we had a question about cleansing crystals.
I've still got it if you want me to read it.
Oh, yes, please. I can't
so from Eve, I'm scared to cleanse my daughter's crystals as I don't want to remove her energy from them, as she passed 6 months ago.
Okay, I would highly suggest that you do cleanse them. But as you're cleansing them, because that will be a form in itself of you releasing her, and just because she's no longer with you, it doesn't mean that her energy is not bound into you, if that makes sense. But I feel very strongly, and this is also coming in intuitively as well, is to cleanse them, and then after you cleanse them, you or as you're cleansing them, whatever you feel your cleansing sort of method is for you, what's right, you'll know instinctively, to request that her energy is cleared and safe and still with you, and that she will still be with you. But I feel that that will be very healing for you, actually, if you do cleanse them. And also cleansing crystals, you know, they live on forever. It will sparken it up and it will brighten it up, and that will actually reshape her energy, if that makes sense. and probably enable her to come through at the right times when she's needed or when you want to communicate with her. So I would suggest take the plunge and cleanse them and use it as like a release kind of meditation.
It's gonna feel, I think it's gonna feel scary to do that. I totally, like, I've got a jumper of that belong to my nan and one that belonged to my dad as well that I can honestly say I've never washed for that same thing. Also the smell, everything, you know, you don't want to, it's scary, isn't it, to think of having to get rid of that, you know.
It is scary, but also it shows vulnerability, and a lot of people, the word vulnerable is scary for them, but it's because it's out of their comfort zone. But actually, to be vulnerable, to be truly vulnerable, is to actually be open to having healing, but also to having other things come in, which in turn will then actually be a lot more empowering for you.
Wonderful.
Absolutely. And Eva's just said, thank you, I will cleanse them under the next full moon, which is amazing. And if I may just chip my 10 penneth in, imagine what kind of trouble you would get in if you did not cleanse them when she comes through.
Yeah, that's true.
I did feel a quick kick up the you-know-what's it from my guides by way of kind of like a message pass on. You would be in trouble if you did not continue the processes of which your daughter started them in.
There we are.
And, you know, what really, really resonated, and it's a word that I tell people off for using all the time. I've started using it myself because it's softened in my old age. What really, really resonated is that those stones will live forever. And so in terms of crystal work, in terms of earth energy, not only is your daughter's energy always going to be, and correct me if I'm wrong, Bib, but not only is your daughter's energy going to be part of those crystals for the whole time that they exist, and they will probably outlast all of us, including the species, in a couple of billion years, your energy that you put into them when you're cleansing and working with them will mingle with hers too. And what a wonderful blend of love that would be. So that was from my guide, so I'm sure it was a message pass on. So don't get yourself in trouble too, as Bib says.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you, Nick. Do we have another question there, Richard? So I haven't got anything on my screen at all.
It's question bubbling away and boiling away and ready to brew.
Well, that's lovely that we've been able to help Eve. That's wonderful. Absolutely. Rhonda Drever, she says, oh, it keeps going off my screen.
I have a big collection of crystals. I have them outside in the storm for cleansing. Are they okay displayed in the gardens outside, or should I bring them back into the house?
So this is where you get really, really nitty gritty, like sort of almost like advanced sort of crystal connoisseurs and, you know, all of that sort of thing. But again, it lies in what you feel is intuitively right for you and where they should be placed. Some crystals should not be outside permanently because they, you know, for example, aren't waterproof. So like selenite should not be washed. For those of you who don't know what selenite is, this is selenite, okay, or like smaller forms, okay, so it shouldn't be outside. So, but things like the dark crystals, so tourmaline, and then things that are raw, okay, so I would say more raw crystals and obviously fossils. So a lot of people forget about their fossils. So things like ammonite, things like desert rose, which is weird because desert rose is actually a part of the selenite family, but it can actually be outside. Things like aragonite, so this is aragonite.
Oh, yes.
So again, they're fossils.
Excuse me.
Garnet. Oh, can you
That's
see?
it. Perfect.
So yeah, so things that are not going to get damaged if they are outside. Obviously, like with anything, if you leave anything outside too much and it's affected by like the rain or anything like that, then it will kind of have wear and tear on it.
Yeah, of course. What about
So
sunlight, sun fading and
yeah. So I would suggest that maybe don't leave them outside all the time, and then do just bring them in periodically, and then take them out on the full moon to cleanse them. But again, whilst they're inside, you can get the fading from the sunlight, so always be moving them around. People are a little bit
still that happens, isn't it, if you're not careful.
People are a little bit funny about even touching their crystals once they're in their places that they want them to be. However, you need to move them around, because it's just like a spring clean. If we don't clean, dust forms, and then you then move the items, and there's white spaces where there's dust all around them, but their white is underneath. So it's the same with crystals. The crystals actually really take to being cleaned. One, because they feel like they're being loved and they're being spruced up to then radiate out their energy more. So I would suggest actually picking them up frequently and moving them.
That's really good advice. Really good advice.
Just to tag on to that, is lapis lazuli one that should avoid water as well?
Yeah, so like as much as possible. Again, like wash them, but literally that's one that you just quickly do a wash on. Don't leave that one out, no. Because it's got flecks of like gold in it, and it can actually like sort of break away. But lapis lazuli, funny bringing that one up. That one's come up quite a lot actually. So people want to buy tumbles and things like that. I've got an offer on at the moment on tumbles, and people are going nuts over the lapis. Okay, so lapis is all about like love. Even though it's a blue stone, so blue is for communication, but the gold and the blue mixed together is a very it's connected very much to like ancient wisdom of goddess and god, gods and goddesses, which formed love, and they just wanted to work together as man and woman together. So that represents love and joy, but from a really like sort of grounded heart space.
Beautiful.
The reason I asked is because I actually was given a lapis lazuli ring in a steel setting. It wasn't given to me by an angel like Solomon was in that story. But no, it's because I always worry about wearing it, because I don't want to get the stone wet. Is it something that can be worn as jewelry with little risk?
Yeah, it definitely is. It is probably one of the go-to ones that is made into jewelry because of the properties that I just said. Because when you're wearing it on you, it basically means that you're kind of bringing it in even more, those properties. So it is one that you will find a lot of jewelry in. So yeah, don't be afraid to wear it as jewelry at all.
Rhonda Drever says, can you overpower energy, overproduce energy? It's gone off my screen again. Sorry, guys.
Can they overproduce energy? I ask because sometimes I feel a sense of loads of energy from them.
Yeah, so again, and this is quite advanced, but also if you're new to crystals and you're an empath, or even if you're not an empath, you know, we feel energy and people don't realize that that's what we're feeling. So yes, 100% you can actually overpower or be overpowered by crystals. So this is where, if you're starting to work with crystals, or if you already work with them, and you're feeling like an energy which is uncomfortable, because it is uncomfortable, because everything unknown to us when we first start working with something is uncomfortable. It's coming out of our comfort zone. To just do a check and be like, right, actually, this is because of the energy of the crystals. Now, there are some, and this is more advanced, there are some crystals that should not be put together. So
put the words right out my mouth.
So yeah, so one of them, which a lot of people are quite disappointed about, is malachite. Okay, that is the green crystal, and I only have literally a few bits, and I have my tumbles in a separate box because they are so powerful in its energy that it will mask and mess with the other crystal's energy. And that crystal is very much like an energy on its own. Like, I can't even really explain it, but it's very, very Also, when it's raw, you need to wash your hands after, because it will just get on you and stuff. So a lot of people can be a bit scared of some energies of the crystals, but don't be scared. Just be, actually, you know what, I need to do a check. Is this me and my energy, because something's going on, or is it actually the crystals? And you should listen and be like, it's the crystals. You just need to remove this crystal from the pile, you know, that type of thing.
That's wonderful. Thank you very much. And that'll actually, I think all this sort of thing will also spring forward more intuition when you're learning about crystals and working with your own crystals at home. Just listening to them and thinking, now what needs moving here, what could sit better with that one. It'll help improve your own intuition.
Yeah.
What's that about sage there, Nick?
So Kim Byrne asks, hi Bib, my daughter doesn't get a good feeling from my house. I have smoked the house with sage, but can you recommend anything crystal based, please?
Okay, so I think straight away, I'm being told, Kim, that obviously your daughter is coming into her psychic abilities and maybe needs some guidance with drawing upon them. That's what I'm being told. And also to ground herself straight away. So to go and learn some grounding methods. If she's not getting a good vibe from your house, she's probably picking up on something, but she needs to work out what it is that she's actually picking up. So Palo Santo is very good, because it's not as strong as sage. Sage is an acquired taste and it doesn't work for everyone, but Palo Santo is very good for, I've taken them downstairs now, but they're the little wooden sticks which you light, okay, and you can just leave them. And the act of lighting is the act of burning out any negative energy. Again, a bit like the spring clean. Crystal based, I would definitely say some pieces of obsidian, okay, because obsidian is the black crystal, which is shiny. Tourmaline is normally rough black, but both of those will block energy. So tourmaline blocks energy from outer kind of worlds. So that would be more spirit-based and sort of otherworldly type energies going on. And obsidian is your blockage from other people. It blocks other people's negative energy coming in to your frequency. But also hematite is a good one. So for those of you who don't know hematite, it's the black and silver sheen, and it's heavy and it's metal, and what that does is you hold it and it actually draws out the negative energy from within you, okay, and then gets transmuted to where it needs to go.
Thank you so much, Bib. I have a message from Spirit for your daughter. Excuse me. I started getting, as you were talking, I started getting very sort of dizzy, and I'm getting really bad headaches and trouble with my vision as well. Sorry, what was the lady's name? I can't see anything.
Kim Byrne.
Kim Byrne, sorry. She's getting really bad headaches, and my eyesight is being affected. So it's like a migraine type thing. And when she comes into the house, she's really susceptible to energies and changes of emotion around. She's, as Bib said, she's coming into her spiritual journey, enlightenment. And she's being surrounded by the color yellow, and the color yellow is really affecting her. Anytime she sees yellows, bright colors, Kim, bless you, yellows and bright colors, they are causing her, they can make her feel sick, they can make her feel overwhelmed. Okay, so as Bib is saying about the hematite and darker stones, more grounding, more she wouldn't even be able to wear like yellow socks or yellow clothes. She just can't. It's too sickening for her. It's too much. She really needs the grounding that the hematite will give her, and also I'm sure amethyst as well, calming things. Bib will tell me if I'm wrong now, but things that will calm and condense her energy so that she is not so with everything all the time. She's a very sensitive girl, and she's really coming into her power now. Thank you. And Nan and Grandad are supporting her, trying to support her. Okay. Thank you very
Brilliant.
much.
Well done, Dawn. Lovely. Excellent. And you know, everybody keep the questions coming in. There we go, Kim. My husband is very negative. Kaylee, she is very sensitive, and yes, starting her journey.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Fabulous. Do you know the thing about shows like this? I will be totally honest. I am a crystal novice. I have always liked the look of them. I've been interested. I've been drawn to them, but I've never really studied about it. And I could just sit and talk to Bib all day. And every time everyone asks a question, it's like there's 20 more pop into my head.
Yeah.
I will just very briefly ask Bib this, though. You mentioned about the hematite. I used to, it just shows what a jewelry queen I am. I used to have a ring of hematite, and I also used to be a very grumpy young man. In my 20s, I was going through what I call my psychic inversion. I was a Mardio, I'll be honest with you. I was angry all of the time. I had a ring of hematite that I wore all the time. One day, I got in a right royal paddy, and I kid you not, it exploded.
Oh my gosh.
Could you explain that very briefly, so I'm not encroaching on everyone else's time?
Wow.
Yeah. So hematite on its own, like each crystal has their own properties, and you could again, like what you just said, spend hours just on one crystal. But hematite is a very interesting one because it's built of metals as well. So what it does is you hold it, okay, and you feel it will get hot, okay, and then you'll almost have to put it down because it's burning you. And then you then go back to it and it's cold, okay. So it's almost like a mood ring. Did anyone ever have a mood ring where it changed colour on depending on what mood you were in? Hematite works in the same. So it works with drawing out all of the energy of your body. So that is why it actually exploded, is because it was pulling out the anger that needed to come out. And obviously there's different levels of it. And you obviously just didn't put it down.
No, I literally wore it 24/7.
Wow.
But I'm a bit worried now. It makes me sound like I was Sauron making the One Ring. You know?
At all, because actually at the end of the day, that doesn't come out. It's formed in your mind, and we reprint our minds and pattern our minds, and it gets stuck in our physical body, and so we need to get it out. It's almost just like a form of exercise. You know, we got food, we eat food, and then we put on a bit of weight, and it's stuck on our body. We need to get it out. So we do exercise to remove it. You know, the same thing really, with energy.
Fabulous. Thank you. I feel much better about it now, and that I'm not turning into some Tolkienian character. So we have more questions coming through. Vianello Tracy, are crystals better in rough form or polished form for energy? If one is new to crystals, what should we start with? That's a really good question.
That's a good question.
So this is a question that I get asked a lot, and it's like one of those things where I started off with a really random crystal because my nan, who passed over, gave me messages to do that. So again, my advice would be, if you're drawn to something, then get it. If you're walking down the street or you'll get given a crystal, then it is meant to be. It is meant to be that way. So there is no starting point for anybody. Your starting point is where you start. But you do have your more common known crystals, which are easier to locate and get hold of, and also maybe easier to understand. You've also asked about polished or rough.
Or rough, yeah.
I would say that rough is going to be, some people have a few issues with things that are polished and dyed because they have had work done to them. However, this is where you need to look actively where you are sourcing your crystals from. Are they ethical? Are they, so where I source my crystals from, they actually go to the countries themselves and they actually dig them up themselves.
Right.
And that's why, for example, I can only get pyrite in once a year, because they only go once a year to get their pyrite and dig it up. But I've had the pleasure of seeing them polish them and tumble them and do it all themselves in-house. They bring them back and they do it. So this is why it's important to look where you are actually buying your crystals from, because those people who are then polishing and tumbling them and dyeing them will be doing it with intention setting. So intention setting is setting that crystal and cleansing it and then intending it to do something. So already putting a lot of positive energy and love, assigning it as they're working with it. So that's the difference with polished.
Yeah.
Raw is going to be completely untouched and just comes straight from the earth. So some people like to think that raw is more powerful, if that makes sense, in its elements of how it works. But again, raw is going to be a lot harder to get hold of as well. So because a lot of people do like polished. So, but again, the only way I can really answer that is just start where you start.
It's your journey.
Let the spirit move you. Lovely. That do you know that was. I'm just loving this. I'm learning so much today. It's brilliant. I've been making notes the whole way through, and I hope that helps, Vianello. Just go with your heart. There we go. There's the theme of the day. Go with your heart.
Go with your heart, because it is Valentine's tomorrow.
Fabulous.
Right. And I think it's time now for a few adverts.
It's that time again. Roll VT.
MySpiritualDirectory.com is one of the fastest growing online free listing service. Our search directory offers geolocation feature, rating ability, review system, map location, customer comment, YouTube video, gallery, social media sharing, direct contact with the lister, simple online booking and payment system. It's free to register and use. It even creates your own mini web page, which you can update at any time, and yes, it's still free, no monthly.
Spiritual Psychics TV is hosting our annual recognition of achievements, acknowledging those who dedicate their lives through spiritual acts of kindness. Candidates can register and put themselves forward to be acknowledged. Viewers can also nominate who they feel should be recognized for an achievement. Exclusively broadcasted live on SPtv, with 100% of the public votes being announced, on Saturday the 27th of May from 7:30 p.m. For more information please visit awards.spiritualpsychicstv.online. Spiritual Psychics TV, bringing spiritual people together. Join Matt and Kirsty tonight from 8 p.m. The show consists of answering your spiritual questions and offering free mediumship and oracle card readings. Tomorrow night from 8 p.m., Deb Clark demonstrates her mediumship by offering free readings.
We're back, and there's always so much going on, and that is why I love SPtv. And of course, Matt and Kirsty tonight. Big congratulations to Matt.
Congratulations, Matt. You have done incredible with. Are we allowed to say it? Are we allowed to say the actual thing, Richard? No. Okay.
Congratulations on passing your award. Well done. Brilliant work. Brilliant work. And you know, they're on tonight at 8. So we're gonna continue with the work of Spirit by of course coming back shortly to offer readings for our lovely viewers. You can continue to ask questions to get readings, obviously, from the wonderful Bib, and I know that there are so many questions sitting there. So what's next, Dawn?
Right, so after that, and we have Tarot Scope as well. We have our lovely tarot scope and astrology with Kate May.
Fabulous.
So we need to get a move on. So is there anybody who's got any questions so we can start giving a few readings out? Anybody's got anything they want to put to Bib?
And so, yeah, we will answer them, get them coming in, as Dawn says, and we will answer them right after this. Kate May.
Hello, thank you for joining me. My name's Kate May, Modern Day Mystic. We are looking at your week ahead tarot for each star sign. Let's go with Aries. Aries, this week ahead, you have a fire sign, which is nice. You have the King of Wands. Now, this is all about authority, assertiveness, helping other people, but also helping yourself. You're going to need to be flexible or adaptable this week, Aries. This is a leader card. You're going to lead the way. You want to put your money where your mouth is this week, Aries, and take charge of things. You might be getting some great advice from somebody who is similar to you, enthusiastic, passionate, or you could be giving it to somebody. But you are really only going to want to help those who's going to help themselves. So make sure that you are careful where you put your energies, but a fantastic card for the beginning of the week. Let's have a look at Taurus, juggling money, Taurus. Now you have it there, but it might be in one hand out the other, or robbing Peter to pay Paul. You might need to prioritise things this week, Taurus, tie up some loose ends and perhaps work on 2 particular projects that are really important for you. You are overcoming any obstacles, any emotional difficulties, things that you've been a little bit chaotic with lately, Taurus. Things are starting to fall into place, but you've got a little bit more juggling to do this week. Gemini, the Hanged Man, and he's reverse. So the Hangman reverse, Gemini, you're not ready to move on yet. You've still got some things that you need to tie up. You've got ideas and aspirations, and you may need to see things from a different point of view. But at the moment, you're kind of in limbo land. You're a little bit stuck at the moment. However, while you're being stuck, it's given you time to think a lot deeply about what you want to do moving forward. Cancer, the Knight of Wands, movement, action, get going with things, travel plans, high energy impact coming in for you, Cancerians. It's time to get going, take some action. Leo, Queen of Cups. Now, Leo, as much as you like putting your own energies first, this week it's about putting other people first. Think about other people's needs, think about other people's emotions, but also you might find you want to keep a lid on your emotions. You could open a can of worms, so find that you are dealing with things in a mature, in a sensitive way, and keep your emotional needs in check. Virgo, Ace of Cups, new love, new hope, new beginnings on a creative level, new spiritual endeavours coming in. A beautiful card to indicate hope, aspiration. Very good news if you're looking to have a baby or start a romance. Or maybe it's a renewed romance. Valentine's Day. Sagittarius, no, it's not Scorpios. 4 of Cups. You could be feeling a bit bored, Scorpios. You could be feeling a bit fed up. Perhaps you've just had enough of everything and now you're not in the mood to accept any offers. You might be offered this, that, or anything, but you're just not in the mood. So this card indicates that you need to keep your eyes and ears open. Don't spend too much time sulking because you could miss opportunities. It's all right to have a little time out, Scorpios, but there is a good offer on its way. Don't miss it. Sagittarius, 8 of Wands. Everything is up in the air, Saggies. You might find that while things are moving very quickly, things feel a bit hectic for you. However, it will all fall into place. Great opportunities are coming your way, Sagittarius. Grab them and act fast, act quickly now. Capricorn, 6 of Wands. You're reaching your milestones, victory and success, and other people are going to enjoy it around you. Keep going, but remember to rest in between your successes there. Good news is coming. You're going away and coming home with some great results, Capricorn there. Enjoy your glory. Aquarius, 9 of Pentacles. You're coming home with the money. Things are getting a bit easier financially for you. You're learning to save a little perhaps, or you're in a good position where you can start to enjoy a little bit of life's luxuries there. You've worked hard, and this week you'll see your money paying off, or your hard work paying off, so that you can enjoy a little bit more of your money, honey. Pisces, the worry card. but fear not. 9 of Swords. Now, you might be worrying about something, or you might find that you've got something on your mind, but this card says try not to worry. It's easier said than done, I understand, but try not to worry, because it's not going to make any difference to the situation. Usually this card comes up when it says worry is unnecessary. So you might find that something is on your mind, something that's bothering you, Pisces, that actually is going to be all right on the night, and it's not half as bad as what you think it is. Thank you for joining me. If you want to see more, look at my website, www.katemay.co.uk.
And welcome back to the show.
We have returned.
We love Kate May's Taroscope, don't we?
Absolutely.
Her astrology. She's so clever. Love all her stuff she does.
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely.
Right.
And so,
now, go on, you say it. You say it.
No. You. I think I did it last time.
Okay, let's bring back our gorgeous bib claws.
Welcome back.
Hello, bib.
Hi.
You are doing incredible. Everyone's interested. Everyone is very, very interested.
It is really, really, really fascinating stuff, and I'm just loving it. I wish there was a way we could see you more often.
I know. That would be interesting if we could organise that, wouldn't it?
Sounds very interesting.
So thank you for coming on and coming back to take second pop of the cherry of putting up with us, but answering some really, really lovely questions. The questions I think are absolutely awesome, and helpful for someone who's a novice like me as well, especially.
And loads of people will be listening to those questions and go, oh, I wanted to ask that. Oh, brilliant. So and so asked that already. So that's fantastic.
Absolutely. And of course, good morning to Heavenly Sprinkles. Hello.
Good morning, Heavenly Sprinkles. Good morning. Good morning. Right.
Excellent. 2 weeks time, Heavenly Sprinkles back.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Fabulous.
Right. Should we do a couple more readings then?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So if I could just get people to just pick a number between 1 and 24, and then tell me the name. And so people start picking a number between 1 and 24, and then we'll pick a name who I feel drawn to, because there will probably be a few people who will pick the same number. And then that will generate the pick a mix crystal, and I'm going to work with crystal heart, as it is Valentine's Day tomorrow, and we're going to loving energy. Beautiful. Like what we were saying earlier,
oh my gosh, right.
Wow, that was quick.
No, I was thinking 22, and I could see garnet. I could see the colour, like that sort of lovely garnety colour. And Natasha comes straight up on the thing, 22. Interesting.
So I'm instantly drawn to 23.
Okay.
So just for a 23.
Yeah. Limo
de Primo.
Okay, so I'm going to pick 23 out of my box. Okay. So. Okay, so that is the crystal.
Is that
okay? So it's kind of like a nice kind of grey, kind of iridescent kind of glow in it. This is actually called Mystic Merlinite. Okay, so what I'm being drawn with 23, obviously I got 23 in straight away, like flashing, and it is funny because when I got the number 23, that was the one that I wanted to go with straight away. So what I'm getting is that, right, and sometimes when I laugh, this is not me being rude, just to let people know, it is a form of a mirror, okay? Yeah. So when I read, I am mirroring people. And so what I feel this is this is actually an aspect of you, Limo, if I'm saying your name right, sorry if I'm not. Yeah, so I'm feeling like there's quite a high energy within you at the moment, and it's almost like you're kind of laughing about stuff that have happened, okay? And this is now sort of almost bred into you as a being, that you are laughing. So this is a very positive thing. So, but I do feel that in your mind, you've kind of gone into a place of like that, whereas actually this crystal has been picked to, and the number that you picked is assigned to this crystal, and it's there to represent and to show to you that you actually still laugh, and to just bring that back in even more. So also I do feel when I'm thinking about you, because in your little, I can't even see a face either. So, but what I am seeing is almost like an otherworldly kind of being, and taking you into the magic realm. Okay, so this is wanting you to get in touch with your magical aspects. So this is your dreams. Okay, so I'm being told to guide you to actually take note of your dreams. And get a notepad and actually start writing down your dreams, because in your dreams, this is where you will then form your dreams into reality. So if there's anything that you're wanting to focus on, new ventures, it will be lying in your dreams and then bringing that into reality. Okay, and then what Mystic Merlinite does is it actually does create that enableness to be able to dream and do the dream recall. So where love is concerned, is the laughing thing is tied into the self-love. Okay, it's the development of you. It's you not putting yourself down. And like we spoke about briefly earlier, is that actually at a certain age we form conclusions in our mind, and that is it. It is set in stone. So then it's very hard to get through that barrier of loving yourself. Okay, so I do feel like for you, this reading is a gift of self-love for you. This crystal is a gift and a sign of self-love. So for you, you need to do some work on your self-love and take that laughter that you have and just laugh. Okay, and by laughing, you will actually start to build up the self-love for yourself. Why don't you dare touch Merlinite? Because you're asking. So if it's been brought up again and the number that you picked is assigned, it's a sign, okay, that actually maybe you have come over that phase of being worried about it or using it. So therefore the job has been done. Because also this is the thing with crystals, is sometimes we can lose crystals, or we feel like it's bad or something like that, but actually it is, or it brings up something in us that we don't like, that we're confronted by. But what we need to know is that everything that we're confronted by is a lesson at the end of the day, and it's a valuable lesson. So it's about changing your mindset and taking it to what was positive out of the negative. Because if you think, we all want our lives to go positively, but if it was to just go plain sailing, straight smooth the whole time, then again, it would be like, as human beings, to the way that we're bred, we would be bored about that.
Yeah.
And we would never learn, and we would never move forward.
We would appreciate it.
Yeah, we wouldn't know appreciation. If we didn't feel hate and have hatred towards us, we wouldn't know what love felt like. Okay? So give the Merlinite another try.
Yeah.
And the thing is it might be, it is one of those crystals that is a little bit, when we were talking about the more scary kind of energy.
You were saying that you confront him with his blockages.
It's something, yeah.
Mm.
It would confront me with my blockages. Yeah, and vulnerability, Limo, is the word there. Is, I don't know if you were watching earlier, but I said about vulnerability. It feels very uncomfortable to be vulnerable, but actually it's not until you're truly vulnerable with yourself where you can actually then be loved and actually give love. Okay, and so give it another go. Have trust, just trust, and also a commendment to you, because you've actually acknowledged how you felt about that. So some people can't even acknowledge that didn't, or it confronted them. So you're already in the process of releasing certain energies from you. So that's really amazing. Okay,
He's Limo. Thank you so much, Bib. You keep saying the words that want to come out of my mouth, and you say that's fantastic. I love that. Limo is you're a very, very emotionally led person, and the no, I came in late. Oh, so he didn't hear what you were saying about it before. You're a very emotional, and all I see with you all the time is water, all the time. Yeah, water and the moon, and that is all of the movement of your emotions. Okay. You are very, very led by water as well, and there's a great sense of cleansing that needs doing. You've got men that have passed. Excuse me. You've got quite a few men that have passed, and some of them younger as well. Some younger men as well. I'm talking sort of father age and but also younger. And they've all been men who have struggled emotionally. They have struggled with not being able to express themselves properly, which has built up all that tension and anger and not being able to be comfortable in their own selves. So it's hard to sort of express their love for others. Does that make sense? What I think, yeah. Where if you can't express your love for others when you are locked in, when you can't express for yourself, and this is what these other men that have gone before you have done. You are not like this. You are trying to stop this. But all of the experience of all the energy of the loved ones, the people that have died gone before you, has built up, and you are feeling all of that. You are feeling all of that energy, and it's making you. You're a very intuitive person, but it's making you led by your emotions very deeply, very deeply. And there's a lot of, as Bib says, there's healing, cleansing, and a lot of healing for the people that have gone before you as well. Thank you very much.
And thank you, Limo.
Yes, thank you, Limo. You know how to say his name probably now, Limo.
Limo. Excellent. Marvellous. Excellent. So, next number, I believe.
Yes. What's our next number?
So numbers 1 to 24, but bearing in mind we've just had 23.
Okay.
Shout
out
a
number
that you're drawn to, Bib, because everyone.
So I'm drawn to number 6. Okay. Yes. So number 6 is crying out. It wants to be displayed. It wants to be shown. So has no one got a number 6?
No, what's number 6? Oh my goodness me. Okay.
I just do a
Give
group.
us another number.
So
Martin's. Okay, is she still there, Richard?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Let's Good pick there,
Martina Stringer.
Okay, so just trying to focus it.
Okay.
Okay, so this is brown agate. Okay, so obviously carved into a heart. Okay, so right, instantly, Martina, what I'm feeling is I am feeling blocked. Okay, so like what I just said, mirror, and then I'm looking away, and I'm seeing you sort of almost looking away from a situation at the moment, because it's a bit like confronting, and it's a bit hard to be able to deal with that situation. It's almost like you've got too much stuff going on to be able to deal with something spiritually and energetically impacting you and emotionally impacting you. So you're allowing physical things of like sort of day-to-day routine come in to distract you, okay, because you're wanting to keep yourself protected. So, and I'm now sort of feeling quite overwhelming, kind of like I just want to kind of come and wrap you up in a nice energetic cuddle. So guidance here for you is you've got the brown agate. So this is all about bringing in your spiritual mind, okay, and whatever your spiritual journey is for you. So it's going to be unique to you and different for everybody else, whatever you class as spirituality. but it's going to be your personal journey, and then it's going to be bringing it into your physical body. So what I'm seeing with you, Martina, is that there's just a separation and a disassociation with yourself, okay, with your spiritual and your physical body aligning together. And that's why you're like doing this. And all that's going to take is, again, a self-worth conversation here. You're going at the rate that you can go, and the guidance is to know that everything is divine timing. So for those of you who don't know what divine timing is, it's similar to what I just said to Limo, is that everything happens at the right and correct time. We come into phases in our lives that we need to be in, and we need to be in them for a certain amount of time in order to be able to learn from them to then move on. Okay, even if it is uncomfortable for us. And don't get me wrong, sometimes it can be excruciating. But what we do in the process is we then build up this whole thing where we put our spirituality or our emotional feelings to one side, and we leave it with the practical. Then the practical takes over. Then we have a loss of ourselves. Yeah. So I feel like you've got a loss of yourself at the moment, but it's actually now starting to come back. But whilst it's coming back, you're going through some sadness and some self-doubt about yourself. Okay, so what's in order for you, and the guidance is, you have picked this one. So number 6, okay, also represents 5 is your hardcore learning, okay, and that is when you are in the middle of the pain, the middle of the horrible, the worst part. And you know, talking about healing is it gets worse before it gets better. So you actually, believe it or not, come out of the worst part, and you're now in the midst of the healing aspect of that part, if that makes sense.
Of relief for you.
Yeah, so take that with a big sort of cuddle of saying, look, actually we're here for you, the guidance. So you've also got brown. So brown represents earth, okay, so it represents Earth Mother. So you've got Earth Mother on your side, and she's asking you to go out and visualize. If you can't get out, then go and visualize Earth Mother wrapping her roots around you and pulling it in up to your body. So see your feet and pull it up through your body and utilize the nutrients. So this is going to be a lot more fossil based for you as well. But remember, all fossils and crystals are from the earth, okay? So you're going to have everything, the soil, everything pumping its energy into you. And then also to know that it's okay. Where you are at the moment is okay. You are safe. You are 100% like looked after by, well, one Earth Mother, which is a massive, you know, and then also your angels as well are out there looking after you, and they're just giving you a warm kind of hand on the back. I can see a hand on your back, but they're wanting you to forgive yourself for that period of time. Okay, so first steps for you is to forgive yourself and to start working on your self-doubt. And how you're going to do that is to know that you can actually form this in your mind, yeah, and you can actually move through it. All you have to do is just breathe and be like, you know what, it is okay. So that's
Martina said 3 months since I lost my mum. It keeps flashing off my screen, Richard, so it's hard for me to see.
It says 3 months since I lost my mum when my baby was 3 months old. If I may, very briefly, because the whole time that Bib has been working, I have had this lady, and it was a mother figure. I felt like it might be a grandmother because of the personality. However, as you've said, Mum, it was that very maternal. I have to say that she has been sitting there nodding at Bib the whole time. He said, yes, it sounds just like me, doesn't it? Sounds just like me. A very excitable lady. I wondered how long she'd been passed, because the coming in was just so strong. And I do know that she did experience quite a lot of pain. I'm feeling pain up here, I'm feeling pain here, and I'm feeling pain down here. But the biggest pain was for her was not actually the physical pain, but she's talking about the look on your face, the look on your face. She is here, she is fine, because it's gone now and I'm allowed to actually start moving again. I was holding on to my chair for dear life with this lady. But she says, listen to Bib, listen to Bib, listen to Bib. Sounds like me, doesn't it? Sounds like me, doesn't it? And she's really excitable. And no, you haven't lost me. I know I'm different, but the bit that, thank you, the bit that Bib said relating to, you know, the suffering and the moving forward, and you know, all of your experiences and the pain and the blockages. I know, but it was the right time for me, if not for everybody else. And I've accepted and understood that. Please live your life and know that you will see my reflection in your baby's eyes every single morning when you get up. And you will also see a few smiles that aren't gas. So she obviously had a really, really good sense of humor. And I am going to say, God bless you, and let her come back.
That's beautiful, Nick.
I hope that was all right for you.
Thank you, Nick. Oh. I can't see any comments, Richard, so I don't know what's happening with anything else.
I very briefly froze for a moment there.
Okay. Never mind. No, it doesn't do anything. Never mind. Okay. Oh, I've got a question.
Incoming interesting question.
Kerry Farmer, when you do crystal readings, it's gone off. You'll have to read it.
When you do crystal readings and numbers, is it connected? So when you do crystal readings and numbers, is it connected then has a reading to numerology, tarot, color, everything rolled into a crystal reading?
Oh,
so is it a huge combination? Is it the numerology and the color? What's I think the general question is, what's the process?
So yeah, so when I work, I, like what I said at the beginning, is I work on blind spots. So I bring in numbers, okay, and then numbers do mean things, yes. And then that can then coincide with and align with the reading and the guidance. Then I then pick up on the crystal, and normally the shapes and the colours as well do have, they have a big say in what goes on. So everything has a meaning. You know, we could like go and be looking. So for example, the lady earlier, where we were talking about the yellow, that is a very detoxifying colour. Yeah, and it can be quite, you know, think of lemons, they're acidic, and it detoxes you, yeah. But for someone's energy at that time, it could be too much. It's not what they need a more soothing, like a calming light blue. So yes,
that's when what I reading, how it could have been too much for her and made her ill.
Because people's energies are just all over the place, and it's just about balance. So sometimes I will incorporate in, the majority of the time I do incorporate in a number, because I do feel that numbers, they are assigned to the crystals. So
verify it, don't they, for you? Yes, that's what she meant, Kerry says.
Bless you.
Fabulous. Good, lovely jubbly. Right, just a quick reminder, folks, we are coming right to the end of our show. A quick reminder about our VIP special training little course we have, don't we, Nick?
We certainly do. March is
a busy month for us.
March is a busy month, and March is development time.
It certainly is. We have 4 dates for you. We have the 10th of March, the 17th of March, the 24th, and the 31st. And of course, if you are a VIP and if you answer the question with that link, that birthday link, you can either choose to have a private reading, or you could be on our course.
There we go. Wonderful tie-in.
Now, Bib, do you have a website or anything we can see? What can we see?
Yeah.
How can we find you?
I do. Don't know whether you can see this. See if
The Crystal Empress.
yeah.
Oh.
So if you go on Facebook and look out for that background with all of the beautiful titanium aura quartz,
Right.
and then the blue little circle.
Yeah.
That is me, and I am called the Crystal Empress
Mhm.
on Facebook, and I'm currently having my website done, and I'm like so excited. So
Is that with SPtv?
Uh,
Never mind.
yeah, so that's going to launch at the end of February. So I've got lots of little goals to do that. So obviously then there's an access instantly to be able to buy. So basically what I do is I've got a spiritual shop where I sell all of my crystals, fossils, spiritual goods. Okay, so your meditation goods, incense, candles. I work well with this woman also, and she creates these amazing bath bombs and just all things sort of luxurious and well-being. And then I then also do readings. So I do lots of different readings. This evening I am actually going live on my Facebook page to do Valentine's readings. So if you want to come on, pop along and see what that's all about. And again, they're going to be pick a mix type things. So, and then I do lots of different readings, and I also do a form of mind reset and mind rewiring. So you can probably tell by the way that I've been reading is I actively have a very keen interest in my knowledge of what happens to us when we're younger can form how we are when we are older, and certain ways of being, but we don't know until we know, kind of thing. So it's about learning and acknowledging that. So my readings are quite kind of like unique in that sort of way. So if you are interested in any readings, then yeah, please do pop along to that page and message me. And yeah, just support me, and that would be amazing. Thank you.
And check out her shop.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Chris. I mean, Chris. I can say Chris because it's on the screen. Bib.
Bib,
Bib.
thank you. I have learnt so much today, and I'm sure everyone at home has too. I'm going to be taking more of an interest in crystals now.
Yeah.
You know. Oh yes, of course.
Okay.
I briefly noticed a comment, but I was working pretty much over the weekend, 24/7, so I didn't get a chance to look myself. There was an automated reading system on SPtv over the weekend. I thought it was brilliant, actually, and it's a great idea and another little extra that SPtv can provide. What did everyone think that saw it? Would it be something that you'd like to see come back? Is it something that you'd like to see more of? You know, when you're having those no SPtv moments in your daily life, is it something that could be done then to fill that void that is left by this channel? And it's a kind of a card of the day for various different ways of working. So is it something that you enjoyed? Is it something you'd like to see more of? Please let us know. Please let us know, because I thought it was awesome, actually. I thought it was awesome. And I half expected Richard to be in the background pressing a button each time. I could see it in my head. You know, interestingly enough, every time I saw Richard pressing a button, he was making a comment about how bad my jokes are. So I think I must have gone into a psychic loop there.
Probably. That's quite the norm for you, though, my darling, isn't it?
Exactly my point. Exactly my point. So,
please go into the competition page. I mean, not competition. Sorry, the awards page, and please nominate people. Because we haven't had much of that at all, and we really need nominations.
It is an excellent way of recognising your local mediums, your local churches. They don't have to be so. They don't have to be SPtv related. It can
be anybody that serves in some way, that affects you spiritually in some way, whatever they do.
And I know that there is always this question that you know, oh yeah, people do it, they don't do it for recognition. No, they don't, but there's no reason why you can't recognize them, because those
It's
kind of people deserve some recognition, I think. And if we share, literally the theme of the day, if we share the love, tell the world, so please get nominating, because it's really, really worthwhile. And, I loved it was. I was kind of like starting to get into SPtv at the last awards show. So I was watching, and it really was fun to watch as well, and brilliant to see so many very worthy people getting recognized for the work they do.
Definitely.
Am I right to
See
mention
more of Nick join him in Tony Swindles on the Spirit? I can only see half of it. It keeps going flashing off, so I can't read
Thank
it.
you, Chrissy. That's very kind. If you want to see more of Nick, join him and Tony Swindles for Spirit Line on Fridays at 4 p.m. It is Facebook and YouTube. We do our philosophical chats of the day, kind of thing. We do have a lot of giggles. We do get serious at some point, and occasionally, Dawn. Not that you'll have ever seen this. I get on my soapbox.
Oh, blimey, really?
Me? No.
You did, no, dear.
I can see it.
Oh my gosh.
So thank you, Chrissy.
Lovely, lovely. But lots of purple hearts going out to the world. Whatever you're doing tomorrow, have an amazing, amazing Valentine's Day, everybody. And don't forget, Matt and Kirsty tonight.
It should be brilliant. It always is. And, to thank you again to the lovely Viv Charles for a wonderful, wonderful. We must do it again.
Fantastic. Yes.
And Kerry Farmer says, I tried to do that, did it wrong, and nominated myself, and I don't know how to correct it now.
Oh, God.
Give it another go.
Yeah, give it another go.
I'm gonna say Richard will give guidance, online. I'm gonna help a couple. So, right, Kerry, Richard is going to delete that account that you created so that you can do it again. And I've got a couple of people that have been struggling with their technology, so I'm going to give them access as well. So, it really, really is so worthwhile. Nominate. And there you go. Chrissy says the SPtv Awards were amazing last year. I totally agree. And we got to hear a lot from Richard, even though we still didn't get to see him.
We don't see him, but at least we get to hear him.
Absolutely. Wow.
Big thanks to everybody. Big thanks to everybody. And it's time for us to say au revoir, adieu, goodbye, sayonara. Until next week.
Have a wonderful week, everybody. Dawn, a pleasure as always. My spiritual wife.
Right back at you, babe. Right back at you. So, and from me, from Nick, and from myself, and from Bib, and Richard, and everyone here at SPtv. Bye-bye.
Keep it SPtv.